Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeremy Faulkner. I'm with the Making Hope Fund. And our mission at the Making Hope Fund is simple. We want to help ease the burden of families, of individuals that are going through serious medical treatment. We know there are a lot of programs out there that are going to help those with the medical cost side of things, so we're focused more on some of the additional costs that are out there. This is a cause, like many nonprofits, that is very near and dear to our family's heart. As a couple years ago, my father-in-law was diagnosed with lymphoma, and in 2016, started treatment at the Siteman Cancer Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Now you may be thinking St. Louis, Missouri is not that far away. It's only about three and a half hours up the road. But what we don't realize is there are a lot of additional costs that are out there that are tied to being 3 to 3.5 hours away from home. You see, they were told that they would be there for 5 to 7 days. In all actuality, they ended up being there for their first visit for 19. And if you just look at the cost of parking and meals alone for 19 days while undergoing treatment, we're looking at a cost of over $800. The focus while you're up there is not on the meals and the parking and all of these other things. When you have a loved one that is going through treatment for cancer or lymphoma, you're focused on them. You don't want to be thinking about, well, what about the parking and the meals? Now, we were lucky in the fact that we were able to do a crowdfunding GoFundMe account to help them offset these costs. And the center was also willing to help waive some of the parking costs. But what we did is we started to look at this from a different perspective and say, well, what if somebody didn't have that opportunity? If you were to need 1 week worth of lodging, meals, and parking, you're looking at a cost of more than $1,300. For many people, that's their mortgage. For some, it's the mortgage and a car. That's just 1 week of treatment. Again, they were there for nearly 3 weeks, just the first time, and continued to have to go back for treatment every couple weeks thereafter. We recognized a significant need, and our idea was simple. What we wanted to do was create a nonprofit to help with that need. What we didn't really know, though, initially, is how exactly do you do this? So in October of 2017, we knew we wanted to start. We set up a fund with the Community Foundation of the Ozarks and took advantage of the resources that we had available to us to learn more. At that point, we started making crafts, and I'll talk more on that in just a moment. But we started building the Making Hope Fund. We didn't know exactly where we were going from there, but we started to plan. As 2018 progressed, we got our direction, we got our resources, we knew where we wanted to go, and in May of 2018, we incorporated formally as a nonprofit, and then in June, we received our 501c3 status from the IRS. So it's been a very quick ride for us in building our nonprofit and really getting out there to where we can make a difference. Now, initially, what we're doing is we're fundraising through the sale of crafts. My father-in-law is very good at woodworking, my mother-in-law is very creative, my wife is very creative. We're able to make crafts. It gives people something to donate, something beautiful to put in their home, and it gives us something to do as a family. At the same time, we recognize this isn't what's going to get us to achieve our goals. And our goals, over 2018, we want to create our first fundraising campaign. We want to do that and be successful in doing so. In 2019, we have 3 organizations we've identified that we're going to work with and we want to continue to support and learn from. Because in 2020, our goal is to start to offer direct-to-individual support. So where we learn of individuals and families that need that direct support, we want to be able to work with them directly, not necessarily having to go through a facility, though that's not a problem. We just want to be able to go directly to those individuals. In order to do that, we have set up 3 levels of support to help us with our fundraising goals. We have our legacy level, which is $1,000 or more, the impressions level for anyone $500 to $999, and then the togetherness level, which is $100 to $499. If we can meet our goal at each of those levels, 5 at the legacy, 20 at impressions, and 40 at togetherness, we'll be able to raise $20,000 each year to help us support our efforts. And we have relationships already identified with the organizations that we're going to be working with in 2018 and 2019. Hope Lodge in St. Louis, the Siteman Cancer Center's Patient Care Fund. Siteman Cancer Center is where my father-in-law was treated, so we're going to work directly with their Patient Care Fund. The Cox Health Foundation's Hub Fund, because we want to do something here locally as well, because that's where his treatment journey started. We know that those 3 organizations give us an opportunity to work directly with patients and learn from organizations with the 2 funds. And then with Hope Lodge, we can actually make a difference directly in the lives of more than 1,100 families with the plan that we have. As it relates to the allocation of funds, right? This is an entrepreneurship group. We like our numbers. My background's in accounting. I love my numbers. So how do we have our numbers? Our allocation of funds, 100% of the funds that are raised through the sale of our crafts or direct donations, 100% goes directly to the cause. We have one donor that has agreed for 2018 and 2019 to offset all of the operational costs. We have a fairly lean organization. We don't have salaries. We do this as something that we're very passionate about. We realize we will likely grow and that may change in the future. But we know that in 2018 and 2019, we have someone that has agreed to offset all of those costs so that we can focus 100% of our efforts going directly to those causes. In addition, we're also kicking off this morning our very first ever fundraising campaign, and we thought that 1 Million Cups was a great place to do that. In the age of hashtags, we've given it a name, hashtag MHF 18 and 18. Our goal is simple. We want to raise $18,000 in 2018. Is that an ambitious goal when you start a fundraising effort in August? Perhaps. We're okay with that. We recognize it's ambitious, but we know that we can get there. Our goal with that is to then give $12,000 of those dollars will be allocated to Hope Lodge, $3,000 each to the two funds. What we're going to do at Hope Lodge, though, is not just give them $12,000. We've already been talking with them. Our plan, so that we can impact the most families, is we're going to do 1,000 toiletry kits. Hope Lodge covers all the lodging. They don't cover toiletries or meals. So what we're going to do is we're going to help provide them with 1,000 toiletry kits that include shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, toothbrush, the basics that somebody that may be there unexpectedly may not have with them, that they can have to help them while they're there. And in addition, we're also going to get together 50 $10 gift cards to Walgreens to help with some of those extra toiletry items that may be as a result of the treatment. 20 $25 gift cards to the Schnucks, which is a block away, a grocery store, to help them, those that are there for a week or more, with some grocery costs because they can cook at the Hope Lodge, as well as 10 $10 gift cards to 5 different restaurants that we're going to be able to give to the Hope Lodge. So if somebody comes in a pinch late at night and they just need something to eat, they can help them offset some of those costs. So while they're covering the lodging, we want to help cover those other costs that are tied to them staying at Hope Lodge. What can you do to help? There are 3 specific things that we're asking the 1 Million Cups community to help us with this morning. First and foremost, if you know of an organization that we can benefit, that we can work with, we would love to be introduced to them. We would love to learn more about that. If you know of individuals that can help us directly with our 2018 and 19 goal of making those toiletry kits, if you know someone that can help us get those at low cost, or at least in bulk, have a connection, we would love to make that connection. And then finally, one of the biggest things that we're brand new is help us raise awareness. We have a Facebook page, we have a website. If you can go there, we're going to have all the information about our fundraising efforts there, the link to where you can donate. We're working again with the Community Foundation of the Ozarks to do that. You can visit us at makinghopefund.org, on Facebook, at Making Hope Fund. We've tried to stay very consistent so it's easy to find. And if we can all do that and work together with the 1 Million Cups community, we know that together we can be making hope. Thank you.